Craig, disappointing result this afternoon against York. Can you just kind of sum up the emotions after defeat today?
Yeah, it's frustrating, mate. It's we seem to be making some of the same errors week in, week out. We did it quite a bit last week against Batley. Tackled 3 penalties, kicking the touch, and conceded on the next set. 6 again tackles on his defender's own goal line, sort of 4, tackle 5, and it's putting you under too much pressure. We're doing it tough at the minute. There's no two ways about that, and it's frustrating. We've got one half back, and Jensen went off injured, and when you get put in a hole in that second half, like York did, York can relentless what they do. They put you in a corner. They defend really tough and physical, but they're disciplined with what they do, and then you're kicking from your own 30, 40 metre area. And at the minute, we've got nobody who can kick a ball down the field. So the opposition are returning the ball to the halfway line, and then they're just doing it again and again and again, and eventually that dam's going to burst. And we're struggling to get out of our own 20-30 at the minute, which again that's frustrating in itself, because we previewed York about defending really tight and getting to their last middle, their forward defender. And I thought for parts in the first half we did that, and certainly the last 10 minutes we did that as well, which is exactly how we're prepped to play. But when you get put in the hole defensively, you're fatigued and you're tired, and you're sucking the air, and you revert to tight, which is generally a one-out carry, which is never really going to help anybody.
It did seem a bit of an arm wrestle, that opening half an hour. Obviously, we're only 6 points ahead, and then we get that really, really good try. Reece Butterworth, as you say, Jensen had a big part of that as well. Just on Jensen, just how much of a game changer was it, obviously losing him this afternoon?
Whether it were a game changer or not, I don't know, but it certainly impacted on us. So we're playing with one half back at the minute anyway, and then you lose a half back and you put in somebody else there who's not a genuine half. We've got a hooker playing in the other half as well, and we had Faz in there for a little bit, and then Connor Bauer came on because we lost 2 to HIA injury, so Connor was activated there, and he dropped in at half back as well. So we're playing people at half back which are pivotal positions, which it's not their natural positions. So they're having a dig and having a real good go at it, but it's difficult for them to guide us around the field. And like I said, certainly at the end of the sets, when you're needing somebody to put the boot through the ball, if you're coming out your own yardage area and we can't kick the ball sort of 30, 40 metres, which is no fault of the people that are in them positions, because it's not their natural job. So there's no two ways about it. We're tough, we're doing it tough, and we're in a hole, and we're in that bottom 4, and the likelihood is that unless we string some very, very quick wins together consistently, then we're going to be in that bottom 4 towards the end of the season. So there's only us that can get us out of that situation. So we've got to get close, dig together, and get ourselves out of it.
With that injury list we do have, are you expecting anyone back for that trip to Oldham next weekend?
Not 100% sure. I know we thought Massey might be close this week, but he's not. He weren't available to train full this week. I'd be surprised if he trains full next week as well. So I wouldn't have thought so, no.
On Billy Walkley, debut try just before the end there. How do you think he did? And obviously Ryan Miller came back in as well. So what was your decision behind the change in wingers this afternoon?
Just to freshen it up a little bit, I want to see if we could get Billy and Ryan giving us a little bit more out of yardage coming from his own try line, because I knew York being York and them being so relentless in what they do, you're going to be camped on your own goal line for a little bit of the game. So it was to just try and generate a little bit of go forward coming out of yardage. Nothing that Jaden or Dorse did to performance-wise to leave them out. Just to freshen up and change it up a little bit. And I thought Billy, for his first game in Championship, acquitted himself really well.
And then on to that trip, Oldham next week. No games, obviously easy in the Championship, but obviously you'll have to find out about Jensen and stuff like that. How do we now prepare for that one?
Yeah, well, Jensen will be out, so we've got no halfback at the minute, so we'll have to go out and try and find some more halfbacks this week. We've been doing that week in, week out, and it's a constantly changing thing. I said at the fans forum that we believe that we've got one over the line that we're going to be in this week, and that changed within 24 hours. So it's difficult. There's not many halfbacks out there, and the ones that are out there, other teams seem to be struggling in them positions as well. So they're clinging on to them, certainly in Super League and their 21-man squad to safeguard their team, which is their entitlement. So we've got to find some sort of solution at halfback for next week, and we'll be on the phone again tomorrow and Tuesday and Wednesday to try and get that sorted.